It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Twins cracked 16 hits on the day as they beat the White Sox on the south side 9-4. In other news from Minnesota, relief pitcher Glenn Perkins is reportedly being made available to other teams in the trade market. The Rockies are a potential fit. At the moment, the White Sox are in third place in the AL Central, and the Twins are leading the American League Central. The Tigers beat the visiting Red Sox 6-4. Right now, the Tigers sit in third place in the American League Central, while the Red Sox sit in first place in the American League East Division. The Kansas City Royals finished off a 3-game sweep as they got a win over the Astros in Houston 2-1. Also out of Houston, relief pitcher Will Harris is currently listed as day-to-day. He is said to be dealing with a sprained elbow. Looking at the standings, the Astros sit in third place in the American League West Division, while the Royals are sitting atop the AL Central. The Tribe knocked out 10 hits as a team as they got a road win against Arizona 6-4. Heading into today, the Diamondbacks sit in third place in the National League West Division, and the Indians are in third place in the AL Central. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. In the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins combined for 4 total home runs as they took down the Tigers in Detroit 12-5. The Indians sent 3 balls into the seats as they got the extra innings win over the White Sox 7-6. In other White Sox news, shortstop Tim Anderson is listed as day-to-day but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with hip inflammation. The Royals Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Detroit Tigers grabbed the win over the visiting Twins 3-1. As of today, the Tigers sit in second place in the AL Central Division, while the Twins sit in third place in the American League Central. The Cleveland Indians hit 3 long balls as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 7-1. Right now, the Indians are leading the American League Central Division, and the White Sox sit in last place in the American League Central Division. The A's beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 4-0. At the moment, the Royals are in third place in the AL Central, while the Athletics are in second place in the AL West. The Blue Jays combined to give up just 5 hits as they took down the visiting Orioles 4-0. Looking at the standings, the Blue Jays sit in second place in the American League East Division, while the Orioles sit in fourth place in the American League East Division. Brad Miller was clutch with the bat in his hands, driving in 5 runs on 3 hits, helping lead the Rays to a win over the Yankees 8-3. Heading into today, the Yankees are in last place in the AL East, and the Rays sit in first place in the American League Eastern Division. The Angels launched 3 home runs as they were winners over the visiting Rangers 7-2. Right now, the Angels sit in fourth place in the American League West, and the Rangers are in third place in the AL West. The Marlins amassed 14 hits in the game as they manhandled the Mets 7-1. In other Metropolitan news, second baseman Neil Walker will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He's dealing with a blister on his finger. As of today, the Marlins are in third place in the NL East, and the Mets sit in second place in the National League East Division. The Los Angeles Dodgers totaled 13 hits as a team as they bested the Cubbies at Wrigley Field 6-1. In other Cubs news, relief pitcher Koji Uehara is currently listed as day-to-day. He is said to be dealing with shoulder soreness. Looking at the standings, the Cubs are in fourth place in the NL Central, and the Dodgers are leading the National League West. The Reds got the best of the Brewers at home 3-2. Heading into today, the Reds are in second place in the NL Central, and the Brewers sit in second place in the National League Central. The Rockies total 11 hits as they got the win over the Giants in San Francisco 4-2. At the moment, the Giants are in third place in the NL West, while the Rockies are in last place in the NL West. That's all for today's show. See you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. In the AL Central, the Twins took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd, 6. Welcome. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, Brian Dozier was a major force at the plate with 6 RBIs as the Twins downed the Tribe 16-4. Right now, the Twins are in second place in the AL Central, while the Indians sit in first place in the American League Central Division. The Tampa Bay Rays defeated the visiting Tigers 6-3. Looking at the standings, the Rays are in first place in the American League East, and the Tigers sit in second place in the AL Central Division. The Rangers grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 3-1. Heading into today, the Rangers are in fourth place in the AL West, and the Royals sit in fourth place in the American League Central Division. The Bo Sox grabbed 13 hits in the game as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 12-7. As of today, the Blue Jays sit atop the American League East Division, and the Red Sox sit in third place in the American League East Division. Rajai Davis drove in an impressive 5 with 2 home runs as Oakland took down the Mariners 10-4. Right now, the A's sit in third place in the American League West Division, and the Mariners are atop the American League West. The Stros got 12 hits in this one as they defeated the visiting Angels 8-5. At the moment, the Astros sit in last place in the American League West Division, and the Angels sit in second place in the American League West. Nick Markakis had an outstanding day, driving in 5 on 3 hits, leading the Braves to a victory over the Nationals 12-1. Heading into today, the Braves sit in third place. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting in the American League Central, the Detroit Tigers defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 4-2. The Cleveland Indians cracked 14 hits overall as they beat the White Sox on the south side 4-1. Alex Gordon was on at the plate, blasting 2 long balls, leading Kansas City past the Rangers 4-3. In more news from Kansas City, third baseman Cheslor Cuthbert is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He is dealing with a pulled calf muscle. The Tampa Bay Rays amassed 14 hits in the game as they stole the victory in extra innings over the Astros 5-4. The Red Sox had 12 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 4-2. Aaron Sanchez got his 3rd win this season as the Blue Jays took care of the Angels 3-2. The Mariners combined for a 4-hitter as they defeated the A's in Oakland 5-2. The Washington Nationals combined to allow only 4 hits as they took care of the Mets at Citi Field 4-1. The beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Tigers pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twin Cities 4-1. Also from Minnesota, relief pitcher Craig Breslow has been placed on waivers by the club. As of today, the Twins Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. In the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins picked up, 19 hits in this one as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington, 15-7. In other Rangers news, right fielder Nomar Mazara will be out of action for a few days, according to Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. It's Monday morning and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. In the AL Central, the Twins totaled 13 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Athletics 7-3. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Inside the Show. I'm Justin Allegri. Starting in the American League Central, the Boston Red Sox got together to allow 4 hits as they pulverized the Twins 6-0. The Indians dropped 4 home runs in this one as they beat the Royals in Kauffman Stadium 8-6. The Baltimore Orioles combined for 10 hits as a team as they took down the Chi Sox in front of a home crowd 5-3. In other news from Baltimore, shortstop J.J. Hardy will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He's dealing with knee inflammation. The Detroit Tigers hit 3 long balls as they defeated the A's in Oakland 9-4. Chris Archer won his 4th game thus far as Tampa Bay rolled past the Blue Jays 6-3. He is among the AL leaders in wins. George Springer drove in 4 and had a home run, leading the Astros to victory against the Angels 7-2. Jose Leclerc grabbed his 4th victory out of the pen, leading Texas to victory over the Mariners 4-2. Sean Newcomb collected his first W this season as Atlanta downed the Cardinals 2-0. The Miami Marlins cracked 16 hits on the day as they manhandled the Mets 11-1. They now have 5 straight wins. Tanner Roark earned the win, his 4th this season, as the Nationals disposed of the Phillies 3-1. He is currently among the NL leaders in earned run average. Addison Russell was clutch at the plate with 3 RBIs, helping the Cubs get past the Yankees 6-5. He is currently among the NL leaders in runs batted in. Also in Cubbies news, relief pitcher Hector Rondon is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a broken nail. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Red Sox totaled 11 hits as a Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. Starting in the AL East, Matt Andriese grabbed his 2nd win of the year. Welcome to our Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. Let's jump right into Tuesday's action. In the AL Central, the Chicago White Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. Starting in the American League Central, Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins broke up their 5-game losing skid as they dismantled the White Sox 8-0. Right now, the White Sox are in 2nd place in the AL Central, and the Twins are in 3rd place in the AL Central. Tommy Hunter got win number 1 on the year, leading Tampa Bay to a win over Kansas City 6-4. Looking at the standings, the Rays are in 2nd place in the AL East, while the Royals are in last place in the AL Central. Matt Shoemaker grabbed the victory, his 4th of the year, helping lead the Angels over Detroit 5-3. At the moment, the Angels sit in 4th place in the American League West, while the Tigers are in 4th place in the AL Central. The Toronto Blue Jays knocked out 12 hits as a team as they took down the visiting Mariners 11-8. As of today, the Blue Jays are leading the American League East, while the Mariners sit in 1st place in the American League West Division. The New York Yankees combined for a 4-hitter as they got the home victory against the Astros 5-1. Heading into today, the Yankees are in 4th place in the AL East, and the Astros are in last place in the AL West. The Padres got 11 overall hits as they grabbed the win over the Rangers in Arlington 6-3. Looking at the standings, the Rangers are in 2nd place in the AL West, while the Padres sit in 4th place in the National League West. The Orioles snapped their 5-game losing streak as they took down the Nationals in Washington 2-1. Also from Baltimore, catcher Wellington Castillo will be out of action for a few days according to team reports. He is dealing with a strained calf muscle. At the moment, the Nationals sit in 1st place in the National League East Division, and the Orioles sit in last place in the American League East Division. The Brewers got 12 hits in this one as they got the win, crushing the Red Sox 7-0. In other Red Sox news, Phil Hughes racked up his 1,000th career strikeout in yesterday's action. As of today, the Brewers sit in 4th place in the National League Central Division, while the Red Sox sit in 2nd place in the American League East Division. The Arizona Diamondbacks only allowed 2 hits in the game as they plundered the Pirates 8-0. Right now, the Diamondbacks sit in 3rd place in the National League West Division, while the Pirates are in 2nd place in the NL Central. Cody Bellinger had a day to remember, amassing an impressive 7 RBIs at the plate as the Dodgers grabbed the win against Colorado 13-8. He is among the National League leaders in home runs. Looking at the standings, the Rockies sit in last place in the National League West Division, while the Dodgers sit in 2nd place in the National League West Division. The San Francisco Giants cracked 14 hits overall as they grabbed the win against the visiting Reds 4-3. At the moment, the Giants are in 1st place in the NL West, while the Reds sit in last place in the National League Central Division. Thanks for tuning in today. We'll be back here tomorrow and all season long. Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting in the American League Central, the Tribe sent 3 balls. Hi, I'm Justin Allegri, and this is your Wednesday edition of Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Colorado Rockies got 18 hits. Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Wednesday. Starting in the American League Central, Jake McGee collected win number 3 this year as the Rockies disposed of the Twins 5-2. TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Twins tallied 5 home runs overall as they bested the visiting Rockies 12-9. Welcome to your Saturday edition of Great Sunday action lies ahead, but first, here's what happened in the major leagues on Saturday. In the AL Central, Trevor May earned his first the beginning of the work week, and welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 1-0. Heading into today, the Twins Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. In the AL Central, the Baltimore Orioles total 11 hits as they grabbed the win over the visiting Twins. Good Thursday morning to you, Show Nation. Let's jump right into Wednesday's baseball action. In the AL Central, the Minnesota Twins tossed a combined 1-hitter as they beat the O's in Baltimore 3-0. The New York Yankees had 12 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting Royals 3-1. The win was their 6th in a row. In other Yankees news, shortstop Didi Gregorius is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with a strained tricep. The Cleveland Indians knocked out 12 hits as a team as they grabbed the win against the visiting. Happy Friday, baseball fans. Welcome to Inside the Show. Looking first at the American League East, the Kansas City Royals broke up their 5-game losing skid as they took down the Yankees in the Happy Saturday morning to you. Here's the news and results from Friday. Starting in the American League Central, Miguel Sano collected a total of 4 driven in as Minnesota took care of the Rays 7-3. He is among the American League leaders in home runs. The Tigers pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they beat the White Sox on the south side 6-2. It's Sunday morning. Welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Tampa Bay Rays allowed 5 hits in the game as they defeated the Twins in. Welcome everyone to this Memorial Day edition of Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Rays combined for 4 total home runs as they pulverized the Twins 8-0. Right now, the Twins sit in 3rd place in the American Welcome, everyone. Let's jump right in and revisit the news and events from Monday. In the AL Central, the Houston Astros held their opponent to just 2 hits as they defeated the Twins in the Twins. The first-year player draft is only a day away. Welcome to Inside the Show. Starting in the American League Central, the Minnesota Twins grabbed 13 hits in the game as they got the home victory against the Astros 8-4. The Boston Red Sox knocked out 10 hits as a team as they beat the White Sox on the south side 6-2. Jesse Hahn grabbed win number 6 on the year as Oakland disposed of the Indians 5-2. He is currently in the top 5 in the AL in shutouts. Also from Cleveland, Edwin Encarnacion collected his 1,500th career base hit in the game. Matt Strahm earned the 3rd W of his season, leading the Royals to the win over the Tigers 5-1. Also from Kansas City, starting pitcher Jason Vargas will not be in the lineup for the next couple of days. He is dealing with a pulled shoulder muscle. The Cincinnati Reds combined to give up just 5 hits as they beat the Blue Jays in Toronto 6-2. The Yankees totaled 11 hits as a team as they beat the O's in Baltimore 7-4. The Braves put together 10 hits total as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 7-4. In other Braves news, Freddie Freeman reached a very nice milestone in his career yesterday by TGIF, and welcome to Inside the Show. In the AL Central, the Twins allowed only 5 hits as they pulled off the win against the Angels in Orange County 2-1. Looking at the standings, the Angels are in 3rd place in the AL West, while the Twins are in 3rd place in the AL Central. Jarrell Cotton got his 3rd win this season as Oakland disposed of the Indians 2-1. As of today, the Indians are leading the Central Division, and the Athletics sit in last place in the American League West Division. The New York Yankees totaled 13 hits as a team as they blew out the Jays 10-0. Heading into today, the Blue Jays are in second place in the AL East, while the Yankees sit in fourth place in the American League East Division. The Orioles got 11 overall hits as they beat the visiting Red Sox 8-5. Right now, the Orioles are in last place in the AL East, and the Red Sox are in first place in the AL East. The Seattle Mariners finished off a two-game sweep as they bested the visiting Rockies 7-6. They now have 6 straight victories. Looking at the standings, the Mariners are leading the AL West, and the Rockies are in last place in the NL West. Derek Dietrich had a great day driving in 5 on 3 hits as the Marlins took down the Diamondbacks 15-0. Also from Miami, Vance Worley reached the 500 career strikeouts milestone. At the moment, the Marlins are in 4th place in the NL East, and the Diamondbacks are in 3rd place in the NL West. Matt Harvey twirled 8 shutout innings before turning it over to the bullpen, helping the Mets get the best of the Brewers 5-0. In other news from Milwaukee, third baseman Travis Shaw is currently listed as day-to-day. He's dealing with a strained tricep. Heading into today, the Mets are atop the National League East Division, while the Brewers sit in first place in the National League Central Division. The St. Louis Cardinals launched 3 home runs as they got the best of the Dodgers at home 8-1. Right now, the Cardinals sit in second place in the National League Central, and the Dodgers sit in first place in the National League West Division. And that's what's happening around the baseball world heading into today. Join us again tomorrow for the latest from around Major League Baseball.